This is Rude Words with Matt Lees. It is my new original game show / game IP, launching it. I've never put my name behind anything before like this, but I'm here, I'm doing it today, and I am tying all of the sails to my mast, and I'm thrilled to be joined by Jeff Kornberg of the Dragons 2, game expert extraordinaire, Philippa Warr, friend of the show, extraordinaire person, and Tom Brewster of Shut Up and Sit Down, the family dumpster, the original, the best. Don't accept imitations. This is Tom Brewster and Rude Words. Rude Words is a game which is entirely designed from scratch with unique assets. So I made this. I designed this board and this idea.
It's very it has a classic feel to it.
Yeah. Well, the best games often do, don't they?
It's timeless already, which is incredible.
It reminds me of hopscotch. I think I'm getting that from it, you know?
Yeah, there's a bit of a hopscotch vibe to it.
I like the drawers that you've designed here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lovely bit of woodwork, isn't it?
We're not allowed to touch the drawers by the looks of things.
No, don't touch the drawers. You'll only break it.
Okay.
So, effectively, the game of Rude Words is a bit like popular game Scrabble. In the fact that what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be taking tiles with letters on. We're going to be keeping them in our hands. I mean, there are supposed to be little secret zones here, but they keep breaking, so it doesn't really matter. Do what you like with them. And then we're going to be trying to play words. I'm going to be playing words in this area control game of points and scoring by using the traditional rules of Scrabble to write words and then getting double scores, etc., based on landing on things, etc., etc., etc. However, there are some important differences here in the fact that there are some rules here that are quite vital. First of all, any word that you play must sound rude. Okay? That's a very important rule number one. Any word you play must sound rude. The second most important rule, possibly equally important, is any word you play must not be a real word. Now, there may be some incidents where you accidentally use a word and it is a real word. That's fine. But you can't knowingly put down a word that you know to be an actual word. The third important rule of Rude Words is you cannot make a word that is too rude sounding. So you're not allowed to use real words. The words have to sound rude, but if they sound too rude, it's not acceptable. And I mean, just for the record, I know I won't have to explain to our guests, but I should explain to people in the chat as well that, like, you cannot be riffing on anything that is, like, you know, genuinely horrible. We won't accept any genuine bigotry or nastiness in the chat. It's all about making things that just sound a bit naughty, saucy,
bit cheeky,
bit rude. We're not going to have any time for, you know, changing letters in terrible words. Those are three of the key rules of Rude Words. Now, there are a couple of other rules, but I think the best way to learn is just to jump in and start playing, and we'll see.
I tried to pick up the pen. I think
been trying to. It's had a disaster over in this corner now.
Oh my word! What have you been doing, Pip?
We've been trying to pick up
the part of the notepad asset.
We've been trying to pick up the custom notepad that comes with Kickstarter.
Trying to pick up the pen, you've just picked up hundreds of notepads.
Very sorry.
It's a W.H. Smith trip gone horribly wrong.
I think the way you work is you take a sheet and then you lock it to the table, and then you can write on it.
Oh, wow. Where do I get the pencil?
It's the tabletop simulator tools. You just press F2.
Oh no, the thing that we always use. Okay, fine. I thought that was like an asset of pencils. It's like, I was trying to do the pen all along. That's where I was going.
Luckily, there are no rules in this game about making a mess, which means Pip is still in the game. She's not been disqualified.
Still the queen of making a mess.
Exactly.
It's okay.
So what we're going to do is everybody's going to take 7 tiles, and we can just get started. So
the Rude Words back in the pile.
Yeah, put the Rude Words back in the pile and just drag out. Annoyingly, you can't pull them out like cards.
You've got to flip them by the looks.
Yeah, you gotta flip them.
Who shrunk my little pedestal?
That's me. Sorry.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, I was left unattended and I've gone wrong. I'm sorry.
You've gone rogue.
But also, Tom, could you help me put my pen paper on the table?
Absolutely not.
Oh no!
Wait, what have you done?
I was trying to write on it. And the
Oh wait, you want it locked to the table?
Through, I guess.
Been locked to the table.
I've promoted everybody so you can all do whatever you want.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, I accidentally, in the process of trying to resize my my word pew, I accidentally made my tiles really big.
Well, that's okay. That's acceptable. We'll let you off. So
I am sorry. I think I fell into our normal Wednesday Havoc mode.
Now, the only other key rule we need to know at this point is the fact that we are going to be making up rude words that don't exist and cannot be too rude. But also, it's important that they're rude enough. Now, I know what you're thinking. How are we, as 4 adult humans, expected to conjure up such knowledge, such an idea of who are we as arbiters of right and wrong? And of course, we're not suitable to people doing it. However, strangers on the internet, absolutely. So we have the word Rudometer, which is a patented device. It's a bit like, I'm going to be talking to the CMYK guys in a wavelength. We could sort of make a physical version that's like gigantic.
Rude wavelength.
It's made out of foam. You slide it around across the room. It's that kind of scale. And here what you can do is every time someone plays a word, we're going to have the heat map on the bottom, and you can just give a general vibe of like, is that too rude? Is it not enough? Or is it just right? Now, if something is just right, fabulous, right? You're gonna play the word, and if you get a double score or a triple word score with that word, then you're going to get that points as well. If something is not enough, and people think, it doesn't really sound rude, it's not convincing in how you've, maybe haven't sold it, because there will be a potential, a bit of wiggle here to sell a word if people are not feeling it. Then you can still get the points, but you're not going to get the double points or the double letter scores or anything like that. And finally, if it's too rude, then there will be, the word may not be accepted. And then also there may be consequences beyond that as well. So we'll have to cross that bridge.
I feel like chat has kind of broken your word Rudometer already, because I just saw very briefly there was a 100% spread evenly across not enough, just right, and too rude. As in it was just a solid blob that covered all 3.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, most of the time people just click on our faces, so we'll have to see if it works. But
as soon as you've said that, people are they're flocking, Matt. They're flocking to your face. They're flocking to the faces.
If the heat map needs more sensitivity, we can go. So I will go last as the host. It's only correct. So let's play clockwise. So Pip can go first, then Jeff, and then Tom.
That's quite a burden.
Okay.
I respect Pip as a professional. I know she's capable of this.
Okay.
It's quite hard.
Hang on, that wasn't what I was expecting. Oh yeah, no, this is the way round. Cool.
So Matt, I've played a version of this game before, just not rude, but you can only play made-up words and you have to define them. So I have played this before, just not the rude element.
Who invented that? I want to speak to their lawyers.
That's a good start.
This was in high school.
Yeah. I mean, I played this with my brother basically a long time ago, just making up words. Volenge.
Yeah.
So the word is volenge. 7...
Volange in the original French.
Oh, volange. I mean, I think, it's up to the audience overall, but I think that's just right, personally. I think that's just right. Actually, a lot of people say not enough. Interesting, but it's about 50-50 on not enough and just right. Yeah. But I think people are creeping into just right.
But we need to know the definition, right? What is volange?
I mean, I think that's dangerous. I think we have to leave. I think in the traditional version you may have played, I think fair enough. But I think in this, I think it's the theatre of the mind, Jeff.
So people are asking to see it heard in a sentence, and it's a family show. I mean, come on.
No, we can't do that. That's the thing.
Right.
We can say it in a suggestive way. But we cannot put it into context.
It will just be Volange.
Volange.
I mean, you can ask. I guess we can ask a single question to do with the word if you want.
Okay.
Jeff. What question would you like to ask about the context of Volange?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to hear it in a sentence.
My Volange brings all the boys to the yard.
See, I'm worried that's too rude now.
I'm nothing.
I'm worried we stepped into the void. We can never return.
And they're like, how do I leave? I think I'm trespassing.
All right, I think we're gonna. Oh, hang on. No, it is slipping. It's slipping quite hard into too rude there. Pip. You may have spiked your own punch here at the Volange party.
Oh God.
No, we're fine. We're still just right. So you're going to get some points for that. So that's double letter on the V. So that's 8 points. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. 15 points for Pip.
Shall I keep score?
Do I get
yes.
the
I thought you might like to.
7-letter 50-point bonus?
Is there a 7-letter 50-point bonus in rude words? I don't think there is.
Fine.
I have to check the manual.
I was hoping it had enough in common with the legally distinct game.
I've just checked the manual, and no, it doesn't apply, unfortunately.
Seems reasonable. That word is OP.
There are some differences, is the thing. Okay. That's a strong start. Jeff is up now.
Okay. I'm up. I'm gonna do.
I mean, I don't mean to be but that's an interesting player order.
Yeah, across the table.
Across the table. So we sort of play in tag teams.
I'm doing it in Windows on the screen.
All right.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm gonna do a classic rude word. Slugs.
Slugs. Slugs. We don't need to tell anybody what that.
Yeah, I
means.
think everyone pretty much gets it.
I haven't heard that word in a long time.
I think that's. I mean, we'll have to see. At the moment, it's hovering between just right and too rude.
On the continent, I believe it's pronounced sloosh.
Sloosh, which leads a lot of people into some interesting situations.
Matt Mitchell 45 in chat or slugs.
Slugs. It's the late night, slightly slimy version of the convention.
And you've seen it used in a sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that landed on just right there with a healthy 67% of people saying that.
I got that X. I got X on double letter, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Wow, this is the great thing about this variation. You get some really big point values if you can land it in ways that you just can't with normal Scrabble because it's hard. So how many points do you get for that, Jeff?
Let's say, so 1, 2.
19 point. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the E counts as well.
20, yeah.
20 points. Clean 20
points.
Beautiful.
A clean 20.
A dirty 20.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just seeing what I've now got. To play.
I should have a look at my letters
in the
space. I'm going to have to do a thing in a minute. I might bring this to my hand. How do I do that? Can I do that? No, I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna go with it with my original one.
Yeah, I have. I've put them into my hand.
Oh.
I've gone for a Gwads.
Gwads.
Classic Gwads. I know it's a bit of a,
Gwads.
It's a bit of a safe play. But
I mean, we'll have to see how the audience
struggling with a lot of. I've got quite a lot of vowels on the board at the moment, and trying to
I think you might have to. I mean, for me,
quads.
you're gonna have to sell that a little bit. That to me feels like it's maybe on the side of not enough.
You think that's not enough? I mean,
I can imagine a second grader saying "glads."
Yeah, well, that's kind of it's quite a childish one. It's one that I heard a lot growing up. In the sort of but it's also kind of it's one that's I grew up in sort of quite a prosperous Jesus, quite a middle class area of the UK. So if I were to use it in its proper vernacular, it'd be more like a quads. In a kind of sort of like slightly reedy upper class. Oh, my quads.
What's your natural accent again, Tom?
It's that. I sound like... Quinns was talking about earlier on a stream about how he sounded like all of the Fantastic Four, Famous Five at once. The Famous Five, that's what I'm looking for, the Fantastic Four. So like the whole gang all at the same time. And I feel like that's definitely how I grew up as well.
Jeepers.
God, golly gosh.
Crikey.
I can't wait to get a look at those quads.
Please, sir, can I have a penny for me quads? The audience says just right. Personally, I felt like it would get you laughed out of a bar. But hey,
yeah, that's true.
You'd be in the bar. You'd be a child. Remember?
I know, right?
It's true.
Child.
It's a youth insult.
How many points are you taking home with that?
Let me work it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Double on that for another 8, which puts me at 12. Plus a 2 for 14.
14 points.
So, it is a low score. So I'm not exactly, it's not a high scoring Gwad. Winterburn says, absolute Gwadswallop. Which is good.
See, I can imagine like a biker with a Volenge or Slux tattoo, but I can't imagine a biker with a Gwads tattoo.
That's just silly. That's one that you get laser removed, isn't it, really? Getting your Gwads lasered.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's pushed it into just enough for me.
Matt's so different. Amazingly, I don't think I've ever seen Matt so deep in thought looking at his...
Wait, so what do we use our paper for?
Oh, yeah.
Workshopping, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's very strong. Oh, that's very strong. That's very strong. That's very good. It's quite upsetting. But also, I said before this, because we were talking about it's sort of a late night shucks for us, and I said, maybe I'll get myself a nice glass of wine, and forgetting that I did have a nice bottle of red in the kitchen, but unfortunately the other bottle that I have remaining is IKEA wine.
Well, that's not too bad.
Well, it's IKEA mulled red wine.
I'm sure.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's very nice. But it was like me go, I think I'll treat myself to a glass of wine. And then I've ended up with like a big Ribena, basically. Big boozy Ribena.
I don't think IKEA has wine in America.
You've still got the meatballs and the hot dogs, though, right?
We still have that. We have the lingonberry sauce also, but I don't think
that stuff is off the hook. Yeah, quite rightly. I think people have said that Frode is not enough. I agree, and so do the Smashing Pumpkins with their hit album "Frode is not enough." So that's going to be. I'm not going to get any extra points for that. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points for me. That's okay. It's a fair cop, Gov.
Oh, so you don't get the... I see, sorry.
You don't get any doubles if it's not.
You don't get the... That's interesting.
Which is fair, because I struggled with my hand there, and, I didn't feel deserving of the 4 points. So it's a very astute set of judges at home there. I appreciate it. It's provincial at best.
And is there a rule... for a sort of rude mulligan. I am struggling to put together a rude word.
You're struggling to put together a rude word.
Rude word. I've got a lot of vowels. A lot of vowels on deck.
The tried and true of adding to an existing word.
Yes, there is. Just adding a single
I forgot.
letter.
Let me return to my advisors.
Wait.
Also, I might change things for you.
How did you hide your letters? I see Pip's letters.
Mine began hidden, but I think I'll remove it in maybe I can get rid of it in
Yeah, I was gonna try to help you.
In interest.
If you get rid of mine, that would be great as well. I can't. Oh, brilliant! It's gone. I'll put them.
Everyone's on deck. I just can't. I can't be. Wait. It's not my go, is it? It's.
No.
I'm moving my tiles around here so I can see the board.
Correct. Yes, that's quite.
You're missing a letter, Matt. Right?
Yeah, I got to draw another one. Treat myself.
What's it gonna be?
It's an O. Oh.
Wait, no. Wait. Look, there's one hidden. You had 2 E's.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll keep that E then.
Yeah. You got to go with the 3.
My collection of E's. It's pretty saucy down there. Oh. It's a simple one. Oh. Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay. We'll see how this one lands.
Adult witch in chat straight away. Too rude.
Side of too rude.
Oh no.
Too rude.
We may have to.
A chorus.
No.
Yeah, we might have to. Yeah.
If it's too rude, do I have to take it off the board?
Yeah, you have to take it off the board now. But as soon as, in my mind, as soon as we hit the threshold of 50% of votes, it doesn't matter what happens after that. It's like it sets off the alarm. It sets off the alarm. It's too rude. It's too rude, Pip. You have to take it off. You have to take it off. And now we have to activate the that's too rude section. So over here, what you have to do now is you have to roll the Max Gland dice, which we have here. So if you just give them give all of them a good roll, and we'll see what the results are.
That was unhelpful, wasn't it?
So now you simply count the pink bow ties. Let's roll it on a better surface, and let's make it a fair roll. Yep, fabulous. And now we count the pink bow ties. So I think that's a pink bow tie.
I'm only seeing one.
Oops, sorry.
Only one. Okay, you got lucky there. So Pip, you get you do not get to place a word this time, but you only lose one tile.
Oh. Forever? Is my hand limit reduced?
Yes.
Oh. Do you get to pick, or do I get to pick?
No, you get to pick. So you just bin a letter. So now you only have a hand limit of 6 rather than 7.
That's so mean.
I think the U was leading me astray, so I'm going to get rid of that.
But you can buy back or buy extra hand limits. It costs 50 points per tile.
And they have to come from me. I can't just.
But you have to buy it from the shop. You have to buy it from the shopkeeper who you meet between rounds. So. Once we get to the second round, I'll let you know, and if you want to purchase a buff, then you can do that.
Nice.
Terrified of where this shopkeeper's hiding in the TTS mod.
Only I had time to make that. Like, I did have ideas, but I kind of got, it took me like 3 minutes to make the Max Land dice, and then I was out of time. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm a busy
man.
It's currently on. It's a Kickstarter project.
It's
so
on Kickstarter
the rules aren't finalised. It can evolve.
I'm still talking to Max Gland's people about the branding thing because we're not 100%.
Yeah, you didn't ask his permission, and you don't. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like his permission.
I mean, I should make the dice a lot bigger. Let's be real.
Yeah, those are pretty strong.
So, yeah, I guess we just carry on with the game and try and forget about the shame. That's the that's the tagline of Rude Scrabble.
Continue the game, forget about the shame. Wait, how many points did you get on your last go, Matt? Do you remember? Can we find out? You got throwed 4,
but I didn't
5,
get any bonus.
6, 7, 8, 9 points.
Just 9 points for me.
Just going to keep track of
It's just a basic throwed.
It's a basic throwed.
All right.
Standard opening. It's a standard opening, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I got a good one for mine, but before people vote, I have a little statement before.
Oh, no.
So hold your.
Please
hold
don't
your
cancel yourself on our stream, Jeff.
No. All right, so I'm gonna go here.
Oh no. Oh.
So now I would like to say, if I just did sliv, I could see it being too rude, but making it sliv rot, that's just an adjective of the sliv, and I don't think that's too rude. So that's just my statement.
Sliv rot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound like sort of Victorian venereal disease stuff.
Oh, it really does. It sounds like something you'd find in Fallen London or something.
Yeah, like my uncle died of the sliv rot.
Oh.
Horrible thing.
Don't see that anymore. Now we've got running water.
Yeah, he used to give you a teaspoon of sugar and send you home, but I knew you were going to die.
Yeah. I look at this more historical than rude.
Yeah, I mean, the history was quite rude, wasn't it? I mean, historically speaking, lots of people had lots of sex. I think it's safe to say.
There's a lot of sliv rot going around.
Oh, God. They traced
sorry, that was too rude. I
I
shouldn't have dropped the S-bomb. I'm
You know
so
what
sorry.
you know what we should have had? We should have had just like faint classical music playing for the entire stream.
You should have. Why didn't you compose some
Yes, in the background.
some sonnets for this, Tom?
All the music that the music that I had prepared was just too like it's just too sort of aggressively jaunty. It was
Too
just like very.
Yeah, no, I want some.
It's gonna be like
some arpeggios. In the future, there are only rude-sounding words. Robots have demolished language. You must rebuild it.
the Volenge have returned.
Yeah, will you fight off the Slivlot or die by the Frode?
It's your choice in Gwads 2, Return of the Slugs.
All right, Tom. I think is it you now?
It is me.
You struggling with your?
How does Tom have like lots of tiles? Have I missed this, Tom?
You've been.
Peace of mind.
14 tiles.
I've sat in front of him like a weirdo. It means I can keep the video on the stream whilst also like seeing what I've got to do.
It's a safe play. It's just a standard part.
It's a little VAR.
It's a little VAR. just a teensy little VAR.
Silent though.
So, well, quite hard to keep them down. Quite hard to keep the. What's the? Oh, it's like a bingo caller, isn't it? I feel like there should be like a good for your heart. It's a Vart. And then like every time it comes out.
Oh no.
Oh, is there an uncreative category? Says AS. Listen, I was working with a lot of bad valves. Valves. I've got valves. I've got valves on the brain because my flat's slowly getting underwater.
Oh no.
Oh no! People think it's not rude enough. Oh, God.
You're a sweet summer child. What did it land on? Oh no, it's still going. Oh,
I think it's still ticking on to.
Not enough. No, it's broken past the 50%. That's the rule. More than 50% of people have not enough, so it's not enough. That's how we do it. It's like, it's Brexit style. It's creeped over 50% and it's done forever. No backseas.
Okay, so I mean, to be fair, it was a kind of a tactical Vart, if you will, because because it wasn't on any of those doubles, so that's just a standard. Right. It's an unambitious one, but
so
it's a 7
you just squeeze one out quietly and hope nobody would cause you any trouble.
Exactly. Just eking one out.
Yeah.
So, wait, I forgot to score Slivrot. I don't.
Yeah, you should do that.
Oh yeah.
No bonuses, right? It was too rude.
Oh wait, was it too rude? I think it was perfect, wasn't it?
It depends whether the
it was bang on.
Victorian
it was
English.
bang on.
It was bang on. So you're going to get double whatever we end up with, and you get 2 for the L.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I get 22. All right.
Where's your little
right over here?
Pad? Sorry, you can. Everyone can do their own admin. I just feel like I'm.
Yeah.
It's what I was born to do.
Okay.
It's doing very well. I just noticed.
Oh, that was a 0 for the last. I appreciate it. Looks like I'm doing some of my normal subtle cheating.
All right. I'm gonna.
You're on your board.
Turn up the heat a little bit here.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Dyslexia.
Oh.
Dyslexia. Isn't dyslexia isn't it a stool softener?
It's something. Yeah, you'd order it over the counter.
That makes it a proper noun.
And
it's a brand name.
Yeah, I think it's a chemical name rather than the brand name. It's like if you buy it branded.
Sounds too sexy. It's got an X. They don't put them in generic names.
If you're using, I don't think if you're buying Ryslux, it's not got much pizzazz, much appeal.
I think if you buy the branded version, it's more commonly known as Mr. Smooth, but the chemical is Ryslexia. So it's like, most people wouldn't know, They just buy Mr. Smooth. But there's no point because it's like way more expensive and it's exactly the same as just buying like off-brand Dyslexia. So whatever, Yeah,
That's so disgusting.
Well,
I'm imagining the adverts for those kind of products, which are like
they're always
they're always trying to avoid talking about what they're actually
playing
about.
Golf. Somebody playing golf and then going for a swim and being like, feel relaxed, knowing that Mr. Smooth has your back.
And then 20 minutes of side effects at high school.
Yeah. I use Mr. Smooth every morning, and I feel so much better.
It wouldn't even say that. It would just be like, getting old isn't always great, but I can have a fantastic time playing golf with my friends. Ta-da! Anyway, so I got a double letter score for that. So that because the audience have said that's just right.
That is just right.
Just right. Okay, so
holy
that's
moly.
3 points, 4, 5, 6.
It's almost like he's played
don't get
this
that double
before.
again.
Oh, that was already there, wasn't it? Yeah.
14, 15. 16, 17, 18. 18 points for me there.
18 points. 18 points. There you go.
All right.
No, it's me again.
Oh, hold on, I haven't drawn up this whole time.
Reference pair in the chat says, gross. That's correct, yeah.
I've got a good letter to start with here. Can't wait. I just got to find a good place to...
Okay, so I need to make some points back. So I'm gonna... Where's this going? Oh, yeah! So... Trisluxia is for when you really have to go. And Twag, I think, speaks for itself. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
I hope.
People in the chat saying, abort.
Oh no.
So we'll see how that one lands. I think it's on the line, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Look at that skew. Oh no, actually, they're going for just right.
Fine. No, I think we've broken 71% saying just right. We can end that there. That's a clean majority.
Although someone in chat is saying, I'm pretty sure that twag is the past participle of twig. Is it not rude at all then?
It depends what you've twigged on. I can't help you, Tom.
We can only give you the fishing rod. We cannot teach you to fish.
Talk to some real people.
Real people on your tink tonk. Get off that tink tonk and get your job.
With your quads and your roller skates and your
roller skating around with your slip rock. All right, you've made it through the gauntlet, so you get your points, Pip. And that's a pretty treat. You got the triple word score for that. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3. Woof. That's 24 points.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
And that is the end of round 1, which means now everybody gets to have a roll of the max gland dice. So, Tom, would you like to roll these first? Let's see how you fare.
I've never rolled my own face before, but here we go. Sorry, Max's face. Oh, that's quite good.
Didn't get any pink bow ties, so that's not great.
Was that not great? Oh,
no.
Oh, dear.
No.
Oh, I thought you'd done well.
Yeah,
no, he would have done well earlier, but in this context, you're looking for it.
Yes, hang on. Did we record my points for Trisluxir?
We didn't. No.
The astronomical.
No. I mean, you don't get the triple word, do you?
No.
3,
no, absolutely 5, not.
6,
Oh no.
14, 15, 16, 17.
Another 17.
Yay,
Another 17.
So I'm rolling now, and I got 1 pink bow tie, so I get to have 1 extra tile for free.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
All right,
almost like he's making these rules up as he goes along.
No, I'm not.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely not.
I got 3 pink bow ties.
You got 3 pink bow ties.
Oh,
that means
my
you
goodness.
get 3 extra tiles to add to your collection.
Okay.
And then Pip, if you want to give him a roll.
Oh no.
Emma,
How do I do the thing? I can't remember. Oh yeah.
To roll. Emma plays green in chat just as a moderator. Just had to add the permitted term gland. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. So yeah, that's another 2 tiles for that, and also the friendly shopkeeper is here, and if anyone wants to spend 50 points to get another tile, they can do that. But it's quite expensive. Would you like to spend 50 points?
If I had 50 points, I might.
I'm jealous of not being able to spend 50 points on a letter. Yeah. I really want one.
Yeah. Well, we're going to move forwards then. Move forwards into round 2. Jeff, you're up.
So I know Vart was not deemed rude enough, but I think it just wasn't specific enough. So I'm going to make it more specific. And I think
could be dangerous.
I think a cone Vart focused into a cone makes it much more rude.
much more potent as well. Louder.
More obnoxious. I mean,
yes.
You wouldn't like. You wouldn't
more textured.
You wouldn't like me when I'm Varty.
I mean, you wouldn't like it at your grandmother's house, would you? Let's be real. She wouldn't be happy with that.
Oh, I don't know. One of my grandmothers at it all the time. Had her own special cone.
That's a professional tier. Yeah, I think we're going to call that. That's
directional
Vart. Just right. I think that's just right. I think you're the king of just right in this game. If I'm honest, Jeff, I think you're really just nailing it.
I have to thank Tom for this one. I wouldn't have even thought to go to the Bart direction without him.
Yeah, he's an inspirational character like that.
I'm trying my best.
So eat up your points.
So
it's a double word score.
4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I got 26.
Oh my goodness.
That's tasty.
It's very simple, but I mean, what's a twag without a twag bow? Is really awesome. Now,
isn't that a children's TV character?
It's Twagbo.
Isn't it Twagbo?
No, that was banned.
Sylvester Stallone play him in a film.
That was banned because it sounded terrible in Spanish, and it sounded like something very rude in other languages.
Twagbo and Scrump.
The Crime Busters
Solve the swamp.
Oh, Twagbo has cost me everything. Twagbo's cost me everything. It's not rude enough, gang.
Tom. Oh, Tom. My sweet summer child.
Is the exercise version of twagging, right?
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like...
I have that on VHS.
I'm just talking to my Twagbo instructor.
You get your Twagbo magazines like on the bottom shelf. There's nothing...
Yeah.
So that's a measly 12 for Twagbo. 12 for Twagbo. Twagbo, not rude enough. Oh, I only get 2 letters back as well. I should have gone for ahia. Oh, I've got a blank.
Consistently, you're not rude enough, and Pip is too rude.
I think that fit. That works.
Yeah.
I feel like... Oh, I can just clone another letter, can't I, for my blank? I just don't want the aesthetics of having a blank on the board.
Mm-hmm.
See, I may have tried to shrink a piece of paper down small enough to use it as a secret extra letter, but it doesn't go small enough.
It doesn't go small enough.
No.
I can try and give you.
That's what this is about.
What letter?
I could get away with it.
What letter are you after?
Oh, I hadn't thought that far ahead, Tom.
Okay,
Oh, this again.
just gonna give you a little. I'm gonna give you a P for Pip.
Oh, thank you. Ooh, I can spell my name now.
Oh,
yeah.
Too rude for rude Scrabble.
Kapipj. My name.
Oh, Sheepdog McStream just gifted
Tombolange.
Subs. Wait. But I was just thanking someone and you just came in here with a tonvolange.
I'm sorry, I just not whacked it out.
That's not a way to treat our lovely audience.
I apologise.
Thank you, Sheepdog.
Thank you so much for the subs. Thank you to everyone. We'll be glad at this weekend because we've been concentrating on other things. But thank you, everybody who've been doing nice little donations and subs and kind things in the chat. It's very nice. Lovely.
They're a lovely bunch.
I hope you are all showered with more tombolange than you could possibly manage.
That's incredibly disrespectful.
That's horrible. That is the most horrible thing I've ever heard in my life.
Time to log off for a month.
I think you've been cancelled.
Time to go and work on my Netflix special.
Whose turn is it?
Well, I think chat's deciding whether tombolange is fine, and amazingly, it's just right.
Ooh.
Triple word score for tombolange is off the chain. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 44? Is that right? Or 42? 44? Did I get that right? I don't think I did. Oh,
I'll take it. That sounds great. 42, I'll have it.
You can have somewhere between the two.
I had a Sprite today that had like no... I haven't had a Sprite in about 15 years. No sugar. It's very nice. Check it out.
Are we sponsored?
No, I just...
when people thought that Quinn was sponsored by Sprite because he
he does have a hoodie that just says Sprite on it, which is a bit like...
But like... The idea that we would be sponsored by Sprite was just incredibly funny to me.
I mean, I don't know, after tonight, that was a pretty big endorsement. I just whacked out there.
They'd be fools not to, really.
As I say, I haven't had one of these for a long time, and it's pretty tasty.
Product placement as well, right in the rude words section.
Yeah,
Sprite. It's
That's
just
a
right.
Great rude word.
I enjoy Sprite with rude words.
Sprite, just rude enough.
It's not too rude. It's just right.
I I always found it funny that like soda is one of like the biggest names in advertising. I feel like if like Coke stopped advertising, their sales would remain exactly the same. Like everybody just gets soda.
I don't know. It's funny, like, there was a thing recently where everyone was like, oh, Coca-Cola don't understand their audience. They've just done this embarrassing advert about gamers playing, like, World of Warcraft and working together after having a Coca-Cola. It's like,
that was...
Yeah, but the thing is, those adverts aren't for kids. Those adverts are for mums. Like, they don't have to actually, you know, or like, you know, parents. They're not actually aimed at the audience. They're aimed at the people going to the shop buying things. So it's like the fact that it's massively out of touch with the idea of what video games are doesn't matter.
To be fair, like, it's not going to be like teens playing World of Warcraft, is it? No. It's going to be people my age.
Exactly. So it's like people of our generation or a bit older who remember that sort of thing and think that's what video games are like, who now have kids, and then they think, oh, it'd be nice. You see it all the time. Like, there's an advert for like digestive biscuits and 2 teenagers, and it's like, this isn't aimed at teenagers, this is aimed at parents who'll be like, yeah, maybe I'll get some biscuits for my kids, and then maybe they'll behave nicely like those kids in the adverts. It's bonkers, but it does work because our brains are broken. Do you whose go was it?
I think it's Pip's go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Tom Volange.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay. Let's
Oh my goodness.
The old cheek.
Cheek.
One of those rare
sorry.
words where you don't need the U
Cheek.
after the Q.
That's a little bit cheeky. I feel like that's Pip maybe stretching the
rules.
The
rules a little bit.
It's a bit of a variant, so I can take that off if everyone's going to query that. The rest of the word I thoroughly stand by.
Fair enough. Well, at the moment we have 100% of people saying not enough. Which is quite strong.
Wow. Fine. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like that was a little bit of point chasing, not necessarily in the
too
spirit
safe with
of,
that one.
I thought it would be all kicking off with that.
I mean, it's still 15.
It's still 15
points.
You still get your 15.
Oh, I feel maybe I'm toning myself down for chat too much, you know.
Yeah, you need to get hit back with something that's off
be
the
pushing those
charts
boundaries.
Too rude.
Yeah.
But not too rude.
Sorry about that, everyone. I'll do better.
I haven't got a button to just stop the stream. I should probably make one. Just picture of Pip's face on it. Bump. Press the big Pip button. Switch it off! Switch it off! She's finally gone too far!
Oh. Okay.
Time to drop the corn bomb.
This is quite hard.
All right. It is getting trickier.
Yeah, right.
All right, I think I got one.
I was just looking at the board and all that is going through my head is words with friends, but words with frodes.
Download words with frodes now.
Guads with frodes.
I actually looked into words with friends a couple of weeks ago when I was doing the prep for this game that I've obviously designed. And because I was trying to find like a version of Scrabble you could play online that didn't like automatically score you and automatically use dictionaries as well, because that's actually like not part of the game, and it's something that people forget about. It's like people think it was funny because the other night we were playing Werewolf, like John Gracie was like, oh, is Scrabble a bad game? And it's like, it isn't actually, it's a good game, but people have forgotten why, because it's supposed to be a partially like knowledge-based area control game, and the fun part of it is the call out, is the fact that you can put down a word, but then if you don't think it's a real word, then you have to actually make a challenge, and if you're wrong about it and it is a real word, then it's like there's penalties for that. So it's like, it's kind of a weird thing of like stretching your knowledge to the edge of being like, I think this is a word, but how much are you willing to like to really, you know, bet on that completely without being able to check a dictionary. So having an auto dictionary kind of spoils that. But anyway,
all right.
When I tried to find words with friends, it was weird. It was like a kind of old zombie thing. It was like it was trying to log into Facebook and then was just crashing. It was like this like ancient app still lingering around in the background, being like, "I'm an iPhone thing, but I still exist." It's like, "Do you work?" No. I mean, maybe people still play it, but it didn't seem functional. So that's my review. Not as good as Sprite.
All right, I'm gonna do a word.
Gun parts.
Yeah, I'm expanding upon this, but so the word I'm doing, I feel like it harkens a word that may be too offensive, but I feel like my version is like the cute version of the offensive. So some smiz, just some smiz. You know, you're being cute about it. You call it some smiz.
Just a fine mist of smiz.
Isn't that what kids say when they don't want to say, you know, smirts? They'll like, you know, they don't want to get into trouble.
I'm surprised that you even dared to say smirts here on this stream.
I'm pressing the button. I'm pressing the button. It doesn't work.
Oh no!
Why doesn't the button work?
Again.
I'm just showing off my swag. This is the Elgato Stream Deck Double XL that I got sent. It's pretty. It's like. It's not out yet. You won't have seen.
It's a lot of tape.
You won't. It is a lot of tape. It takes a lot of tape to tape together 2 Stream Decks.
Oh, that's too rude, apparently.
Oh,
wow. Yeah, we've broken through the 2. I didn't think that was too bad, personally, but
I thought Smiz was fine.
I thought it didn't go far enough. Maybe I've been brought up wrong.
I hope we're not going to get invoiced for extra therapy here, are we? I just want to be
same amount as usual.
Okay, fine. Standard bonus therapy rates. Fair. That seems fair. We got some people being talked about being smizzed in the in the quads, which is I think when you combine those two together, it's just about right. So that's too rude, Jeff, which means...
So I don't get any points then?
So you have to remove them, you don't get any points for them, and you have to roll the dice.
Oh, so I got to remove the letters too?
Yeah, remove the letters.
Welcome to my world.
In the legacy version, you burn them.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll roll them, and it looks like I got 1,
You got 2.
3.
3. So you have to lose 3 tiles.
So I'm just back where I start because I gained 3.
Yeah, but no, you get to choose which 3 you lose, but you have to lose 3.
I lose 3, but then I get to take 4 to replenish.
No, your hand size is now diminished permanently because your hand size went up by 3, and now it's gone down by 3. So you're back to 7.
So I'm back at normal. Okay, great.
Back at normal. Yeah. But I mean, thankfully, it is the end of round 2 now, which means we are being visited by the shopkeeper who has a special deal where you can get an extra tile, 1 tile for 10 points. And I'm going to take him up on that. So I'm going to lose 10 points.
It's the end of round 2. Can I also ask how many rounds this game is?
We're in the last round now. This is it.
Oh no.
I mean, it would have been hilarious as the last stream for the night if I just didn't end it and just kept going until somebody was like, Matt, when does this end? But I'm not cruel, believe it or not.
I would also like another tile.
You're going to buy a tile for 10? Yeah. It's a hot deal.
Look, yeah. I've put -10.
You've done your... You've done this a little preview of Pip's working. Okay. You've got better letters than me. My letters are so bad.
That's...
I've just got pure vowels all night. Nothing but vowels.
We knew.
This is very rude in German. Wow, that was I love that shopkeeper. So friendly, and yet he knows how to bargain. Right, so now we step into the final round. It's all to play for. So that's an unfortunate setback for Jeff. having been deemed too rude by the council.
I was doing so well.
You've walked that line really well, and as is often the case, it's when people step over, it's because they're getting greedy. They're dropping in those cues. They're dropping in those.
Personally, I think it was pluralizing Kornberg is what was too rude by adding the S.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
1 is fine. 2 is a crowd, right? That's what they say.
A crowd of Kornbergs. I think
it's like a Dutch bakery.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm using my blank, and I'm using it to summon. And I've copy and pasted a G.
Ooh.
I think. And forming a bit of an Oghout.
An Oghout.
Yes. It's an Oghout.
An Oghout.
I know some people who would find that very offensive.
Yes, and to those people, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm down in points, and I have no shame. So, for your pleasure, Oghout.
I thought it was something you found on a ship.
I mean, I think it's just like a Harry Potter character from when the books got really long and started phoning it in. You know?
But Professor Oghout!
Yeah, it's like, okay.
How will I ever learn this? How will I ever learn to Konvart properly?
Well, you'll find out in chapter 87.
Chocolate Frode.
I've got a whole bag of chocolate Frodes in the back of my van. All right.
I've got chocolate Frodes inside my sliver arts.
That's too much.
Disgusting.
I think we pronounce it differently in Kent. I think it's a goat where I'm from. Yeah. Just going to put that out there. It's like, that's how fine. Some people call woodlice monkey peas.
Excuse me. That's
a real thing. Shut up.
I have apparently been deemed just right for an Oghout, and I will take it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely on the line into, yeah, I was going to say, it's shifting towards not enough, but I think...
I'm just seeing you trying desperately to rearrange your horrible sequence of vowels.
I'm grabbing some water. I'll be right back.
Sure. Nunqueet.
Nunqueet. Nunqueet.
Nunqueet. Is it rude enough?
Actually, no, sorry. I've misspelled that. I apologise. Ninqueet.
I was just about to crack out the dictionary. How much queet? Nin.
Ninqueet.
Nineveh. Is that correct or?
Actually, I've changed my mind. I think that's not. I'm pulling it back. I'm sorry. Lots of people saying just right, but I don't agree. I think that's.
You're just going to keep it as a. Oh, you're fully rescinding.
I'm fully rescinding my nunqueet. My ninqueet. I'm going to keep it simple. I don't think that was. I think that was point chasing. Yes. It's not how I play. It's not why I got into the sport.
Hold on, I only get my points for a goat.
I'm going to play very simple, by the book here. Queese.
Oh, come on.
It's just queese.
I'll be furious. I'll be furious if this gets through.
Queese.
Absolute travesty.
No, people preferred ninqueet. So I've played it wrong.
You were trying to play the crowd, and they have played.
No, I wasn't. I was playing for myself, Tom. The crowd were happy with my performance.
The crowd and yourself are one and they're the same thing.
But it's it's as they say, it's very dangerous to play to the gallery, Tom. You must be true to your art, whatever that is, Yeah. And also, the people in the chat are bastards who don't get it.
Isn't it Jeff's turn?
bastards.
No,
You're all bastards.
I think it is Matt's turn. Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we're fine.
Yeah. Jeff lost a turn because he was too rude.
He was just too rude.
This one's interesting though. It's like
too rude.
50% of people say not enough, 34% of people say it's too rude. Nobody says it's just right. Divisive. Queese.
Oh, I think, Jeff, you muted. Chat thinks you're muted.
Oh, I thought we were just being quiet. Just taking it in. Just absorbing the queese.
Soaking it in its entirety. It is important to say that.
How is this now? Can you hear me?
Oh, hello.
Perfect.
Yes.
Great. There we go. I was just gonna say I had some queese for breakfast last weekend.
No wonder you censored yourself.
Yeah, I think that's Twitch's new technology. It just like.
It would have just been a string of bleeps.
We're not big enough to get away with that kind of heated queesa moment.
Was that not enough? That was not enough for Matt, right?
I think that was not enough, yeah. So, but it doesn't make a difference because there's no extra points anyway. So.
30, 40, 15, 16.
I mean, I think the problem with this game is it's very badly designed.
Yeah, like, no, I'll agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, there's lots of things about it that are just straight up really bad game design. Like the fact that like just making up anything that doesn't make sense doesn't really make a difference if you've got high scrolling tiles.
No.
It's not a good mechanic. The fact that you can permanently lose tiles from your hand and reduce your hand size,
that's
terrible
just crazy.
mechanic.
That's just
cruel,
crazy.
Unfortunate.
Yep. Just
stops the game from being fun. Really badly designed. Lots of people in the chat were saying I was making this up as I went along. Completely untrue. It's just that I designed the whole game in my head in about 15 minutes. But the rules have been concrete from the start, I promise.
From the start to the end of those 15 minutes, those rules were rock solid. I believe it is.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I've got to do. I'm just cracking out the pagnobber. I'm sorry, it's got to be done.
Right, and that sounds
I'm gonna get voted out. I'm gonna, immediately.
And that's the end of the final round. It's quite reasonably ended it with a pagnobber.
We can't stream anymore.
I mean, we'll see what happens with chat, but I mean, if that's not too rude, I don't know what is. Divide the loot in chat saying there's an app for pagnobbing.
Oh no.
And there's people want to know if there's a watch it played for this game. I don't know if Rodney's done it yet.
We will be in touch with him shortly.
Yeah, need to send a copy.
Rodney's a bit, yeah.
He did a how to play for my rock paper scissors game. So at this point, I think he's doing anything.
All bets are off. Swipe right to pagnobber. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, so that's the obviously Pip has played the magic word, which means the game is over now. Because at the start,
if I had one more turn, I had a good one.
That might be 36 points, Pip.
I would have done Kornberg pie as my last word.
Kornberg pie,
which is of course the edible version of a Kornberg.
I mean, that's just like. Just rude, isn't it?
Just as a sort of theoretical, I was playing with this G for a while, and I was thinking about making a last ditch effort for Twagbog, and I don't know how that would have gone down.
I think Twagbog's pretty decent.
Okay, I just wanted to check the sensibilities that Twagbog was okay. As you know, because I think
like Twagbog sounds like you've kind of like tweaked Spagbog. Again, I think that's not enough. I don't think you.
No, okay, it's interesting. I thought Twagbog was quite severe. But I also thought Pagnobber was just disgusting.
I thought that was too rude, but the audience would say it's just right. But as I say, I had it written down on a piece of paper, so now that the code word has been put on the board.
I was there all along.
The game immediately ends. Usually we go to another round, but
we must simply work out who has the scores, and then we shall then we'll let you go to bed. I think that is the
What's the?
You know, I
could play another game if you want to play another game. It's easy to set up. I don't mind. We've just got to polish the dice, and then we're gone.
I mean, it depends whether Twitch kicks us off. You know.
That's true.
I believe you have a snooker cube to polish the edges of the dice for every round.
Yeah,
so really, I ended with a solid 43 points.
Okay, that's a good one. Jeff's got big numbers there.
Yeah.
Those are chunky. Reference pair in chat demands more.
68.
I think I got 86.
Guess who got 105?
My goodness.
They've got 105. Which really, I think, like, speaks volumes to the nature of the
childhood poorly spent.
Well, the nature of the game, in the fact that, like, you know, it's a game that has its problems. Yes. But at the same time, it's a game where you can literally lose all of your points for being too rude. And despite that, Pip sailed very close to the sun, quite frequently being deemed too rude. And yet, despite that, still came away with the winning score. Which that's the spirit of the sport, I think, is riding that wave, you know, just keeping,
knowing the sort of that period just before too rude, and sitting on the precipice and looking down into the abyss of Pagnob.
It's about knowing when to stop. That's the And on that note, we should probably call it a day. That was Rude Words, copyright Matt Lee's 2021.
Are you gonna customary flip the table? Flip the table.
No, I don't.
Have you been on the IKEA wine?
I mean, I've got a cocktail in a can, my friend, and you know it.
Cocktail in a can, beautiful.
Matt, if you didn't submit it to BGG yet, I'm happy to submit this for you tomorrow if you'd like.
I feel like I want to get some polish done. You know,
I think we've got Engelstein on speed dial. So we can get in touch with him.
Okay, great.
This is more of a prototype. We're focused on base traders too at the moment.
Yeah.
This that has been very difficult. And
base traders is the establishing Euro game, the sort of thing we make our name with, and then we just do that weird. We sort of zag. It's like a sort of Vlada situation. You know, he does his Mage Knight, and then time for code names.
This is more.
We do our base traders.
Product.
Bit of rude words.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be honest, you could probably sell this in the supermarket. It's terrible. It's a really bad game, but it's probably product-wise, you're just banging. You're already there.
I don't know. The box art is largely censored at the moment, so we need to figure that out.
What is it? It just says rude words on it in big letters.
I mean, yeah, I drew some pictures, Matt. I thought I was helping. I wasn't helping.
I can't see the pictures, so they don't exist in my world. Sorry, Pip.
Hiring Pip for the art was definitely a mistake.
Yeah, it's a shame they haven't appeared because I would like to see them, but they just don't exist.
It's just black bars everywhere.
We don't need to see that then, do we? Yeah.
The full-scale Pagnobber was really just a step too far. Just a step too far.
I mean, I thought it was beautiful, but I mean, fine.
Some things will see a little bit, yeah. Tom will be doing the Prude Words expansion. Which is just cards that read such words such as ankles.
And then get banned. Tom.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Obviously, we will be doing another full day tomorrow of AwSHUX before we wrap up this delightfully manic 3 days of digital convention stuff. There's been a whole bunch of people doing demos of board games over on the website, and lots of fun things going on there. And tomorrow we've got some fun things as well. I can't remember what, but there's some stuff on the website. Also,
we're doing a thing.
We are doing
Dream Crush,
a thing.
Are we not?
We're doing Dream Crush, which might also be silly. Just putting that out there.
Indeed.
And some other stuff as well. A whole bunch of demos of some cool games in the day as well. And I've done a bad job so far of actually thanking guests properly and getting them to talk about anything they want to talk about. So obviously Tom doesn't get to do that because he's part of our company.
I'm on the company dime.
You can just sit there and drink your IKEA wine and stare out the window, thinking of what could have been. But Pip, is there anything you'd like to talk about? You can plug something, or you can just talk about anything you want for a minute.
Oh no, I think you can wishlist Little Kitty Big City on Steam, which is the game that I'm doing writing and designing on at the moment. I can put a link to that in chat if people would like.
Go for it. And obviously you did the writing on Monsters Expedition not long ago.
I did. Well. And I am also doing some of the illustrations for your lovely expansion for Monstrosity, which people can also go to Kickstarter and click the notify me when this goes live for Tuesday.
Yeah, that's like coming real soon. Tuesday.
That's just too soon.
It's way too soon, isn't it? Oh.
Probably got to do something for that.
We'll make a video for that, Tom. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, maybe. We'll work it out.
Do some pictures. I'll get a camera. And Jeff, you've got a Kickstarter knocking around, haven't you?
I got a Kickstarter going on. So right now, Rock, Paper, Scissors Deluxe Edition on Kickstarter now. It comes with an Amethyst Geode as the rock. It comes with gold European embroidery scissors as the scissors, and this golden metallic paper as the paper. This is your one chance to play this game as it was meant to be played. We're 72% funded, or 71%, so I would love to make this game a reality. If it gets funded, then I'm going to have to spend a lot of time shipping them out, so I'd love to do that. So please help fund it. This game should be made. So, yeah, thank you.
It's all about getting. I mean, I think as the designer of Rude Words, I really believe it's all about getting these original ideas out there. You know.
Yeah.
It's all about the exposure. Yeah.
Art by Beth Sobel. Also, this is designed by Beth Sobel. I would like to bring it.
That's amazing.
Lore from Chip Theory. Lore from Chip Theory.
Lore from Chip Theory. Yeah. And a solo mode by David Turtsey.
Of course.
How was the manual like though? Is the manual quite dense?
It's heavy.
It hasn't been designed yet, but I've been quoted at 8 pages.
8 pages. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, and then the reference as well. The reference card.
Yeah. Well, I have an add-on where in the Kickstarter you can pay $10 to have your name listed in a section titled "These people paid $10 to have their name listed in this section." So it depends how many people put their name in that.
That's going to be a lot of the manual, isn't it? Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
This is just a book.
That art is so good.
Yeah.
Beth killed it. It's so good.
Love it.
Great. Lovely. Well, actually, as a special treat, Tom, if there's anything you'd like to talk about for 30 seconds or a minute, you can do that.
If anyone knows a plumber, that'd be great. My flat's going underwater. Anyone knows a good drill? Look in the market for one of them.
What do you need a drill for? I can lend you a drill. I got
just drilling, misc drilling, really.
I could bring a drill. You can borrow a drill.
Someone can figure out how to stop all my furniture from wobbling and falling apart. That'd be good.
That'll be the drill. You can figure that out as well.
Figure that out.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Anyone got a double glazer? Because these windows are not
double
great.
Glazer is very expensive.
If someone can get in contact with building management to tell them to switch off that bloody light that's right outside, that would be brilliant.
I mean, that's probably me, Tom. Like that's my window there with this bloody light on next to me.
Yeah.
I keep freaking myself out when I go to the kitchen. I'm like, oh my god, who's having like a party? It's like, no, that's me. That's my light shining out of a window down there.
Party every day in the Lee's household.
Yeah.
Winterburn in chat has made the point that I was about to make, which is you could stop your furniture wobbling by drinking less of the IKEA wine.
Sick burn.
So someone I entrusted building my Kallax, which stores all of my board games, to one of my new housemates, who proceeded to assemble the Kallax with the Kallax itself, sort of hammering in the wooden dowel with other pieces of wood that were soon to be destined to be made into the thing. Yeah. I was like, I don't need a hammer. Just whacking in the little things.
I mean, you don't need a hammer for IKEA stuff anyway.
I tell you what,
well, I mean,
is a filthy sounding word.
That's disgusting.
It is. It's the dark secret of the hobby.
What about I've also picked up a Lancet, a Leroy. I don't know if those are quite.
We've got to cut this off. I don't want. I don't want to get banned. Right? This is going to get us
Well, I mean, we're 3 seconds away from Tom doxing himself, so...
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. I mean, I'm actually really pleased. Like, we've done 2 whole days of live streaming, and I have not doxed myself once.
Yes.
Which is actually, I mean, yeah, but even if I do, like, that's incredible. That's incredible. I've never done anything like this before. Usually by now I would have doxed myself like 6 to 8 times.
There's still time, says chat.
Oh yeah, there's tomorrow. There's all day tomorrow. I'll be like, oh, these are my bills. Here's my email. Here's my private photographs from Malaga.
We should hang up. We should just stop.
Time for bed. Thank you again, everybody.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye. I've got to find the button now. Everyone keep waving. Don't stop. Bye.